You're more than welcome to be here, and we're going to do another bluegrass song, and then we're going to get into some classic country, and Rick's actually going to program some of the music that'll be coming up, so you bear with us. And here's Tony Rice and a tune called the 9-Pound Hammer. Bobby Mackey and the Big Mac Band with Slipping Around. I knew what it was, Fooling Around. I know it's a Buck Owens tune. We're in training, and what else you call it, and out in the ozone. Rick's got some music lined up. He's going to be telling you about. Rick, we've got a country song lined up. You want to tell the folks?
The Old Possum, George Jones, and She Thinks I Still Care.
Just like that. Now,
that's how
Bobby
it was.
Mackey, 10 Shades of Green.
Seven Spanish Angels.
Yeah. On the 10 Shades of Green album. Sorry about that, but now, sure enough, if this works right, comes 10 Shades of Green.
You got it.
You guys are good.
Now that, if you were listening, the backup singer on that was Sonia Isaacs, and I mentioned that just to kind of talk about the next song we're going to play from the Isaacs, but I didn't know that on the CD until I heard it, and I recognized the voice, and it's just, you know, some of these singers have these angel voices that are you recognize them, and their voice is even, the way it sounds is memorable, and so I want to play this next one, and maybe it's even appropriate as a shout out to Gary on a tough day. So here's the Isaacs with "O Come Angel Band."
Bluegrass. And he didn't like country because he said he didn't like country because it had drums in it. He said Indians beat on drums. I mean, my dad was a diehard grasser. If it wasn't bluegrass, you know, it wasn't Dad.
Yeah.
Thursday morning jamboree, 88.7 on your FM dial. And Rick, what do you got over there, buddy?
Well, we're going to try to do some requests now, and we've got one from Allison Krauss, who is also one of those voices that once you hear it, you will never forget it. So here's Allison Krauss with "When You Say Nothing at All." I heard it the first time I ever heard it on WOBO. So they introduced this song to me. I hope if you haven't heard it before, you'll be introduced. And then I got another one coming up with requests a little bit later on. But right now, here's Gulf Coast Highway. And that was Fireball Mail by the Lonesome River Band. Thank you for joining us on the Thursday morning jamboree here on 88.7 WOBO. I want to thank again Gary for letting RJ and I join him here this morning. I'm not selling or promoting anything, just here a fan of the station and a fan of the format. Found it a few years ago and been listening to it ever since. And thanks to those regular listeners for putting up with us. And for those who might be joining us to hear us, thanks for joining, friends of ours too.
A little bit later this hour, we're going to have Honey Boo Boo on the phone with us. She's going to be talking about the trailer park. So we got an interview with her. Rick got her on the phone somehow. I don't know how Rick got Honey Boo Boo on it.
A couple strings to get. I don't know what's going on. But it turns out that not everybody is a fan of bluegrass music. I don't understand that, but among those few people are my wife, who I hope's listening, and she breaks out in hives when she hears it, and I just, you know. TMI.
Yeah,
TMI. But I want to tell a little story on here. She doesn't care for the bluegrass, and she's a country girl, which makes that even a little more hard to believe. And when I met her, you know, and I told this story before, I don't know if I know I thought it, but I don't know if I prayed it. But you kind of, as you're growing up, you wonder what your wife's going to look like and what she's going to be like. And somewhere in that process, I thought, man, if she had a southern drawl, that would be perfect. And here come little Miss Julie from Owenton, and she did. And now she's a teacher, and to get into school, she went to school up here, drove about an hour north to Northern Kentucky to go to school, and they didn't care for the drawl as much as I did. In fact, they made her go to speech class to lose it before she could be accepted into the education program. Now, they did, and she learned how to say, I don't think she lost the drawl, but she learned how to say words like the school up here, I won't mention it, wanted her to say. But then the irony is, the first job she got was in Pendleton County, and teaching a class not very far into it. They couldn't understand her because evidently the Mason-Dixon line is between Campbell and Pendleton and Owen counties. The accent is below it and not above it. So we'll send this next one out to her, this bluegrass song for my wife, Julie. All right, David Alico, you never even call me by my name. Let me wrap up here by thanking again for tuning in. If you're a regular listener or one that tuned in to hear RJ and I, thanks for RJ, thanks Gary, and I've probably forgot a few people, but maybe the next time. I'm told there may be a next time. Unless the FCC opposes.
Anytime, our doors are open to you. And you've been listening to RJ and Rodeo Rick.
No, don't do it.
Right here at the Thursday Morning Jamboree, 88.7. Real quick. Underwriting by Johnson Remodeling, offering free estimates on exterior and interior painting, flooring and installation, and wood deck washing and sealing. With 40 years experience, Daryl Johnson is fully insured. One call, we do it all. Their number is 513-310-2229. Thank y'all for tuning in. Come back and see us next week, and we'll go out of here with the Lonesome Reuben.